Hello, fine folks, and welcome to Bogey Plays. Tonight we are not playing, we are doing something so crazy. We are doing a top 10 card games. Nothing crazy, but not playing, just doing a top 10 and playing with my white balance a bit here. Okay, perfect. So, top 10 card games. We said, I said we're going to try to do most of these, most of these, a lot of these, because I think, hey, Marcus. And I think it's a good way for us to talk about games more. So, I have played a few games in my life. Radu also, so we're going to share some of our top 10s along the way. Shuffle them good. These in chat. Marcus is in chat. Welcome, guys. Thank you for being with us on this evening. I'm curious, Marcus, if you have seen anything from a village, if you enjoyed it at all. So, without further ado, I'm not alone tonight. It's going to be a 2. Again, a 2. Why? It's too close. I think the phone is too close. I think it's fine. So, as I was saying, I'm not alone. I'm going to be with Radu tonight. Welcome, Radu.
Wow, that took you long enough to introduce me.
I had no other thing to do, so I had to introduce you. I had no options.
Yeah.
You said, if I'm not doing this top 10 with you, I'm going to come from Barcelona. I'm going to take the plane and I'm going to come shoot you if you don't let me do
Ooh.
top 10 card
Yeah,
games.
yeah. I've been warned, and I could not escape this list, even if I wanted to. And you could have been more vague, even if you tried. Let's do top 10 card games. And guess what? 99% of the board game industry
Has
are using
cards.
cards
Yeah, I'm
in
not talking
some
about that.
way, shape, or
Form.
form.
Yeah. No, I'm talking more about usually smaller games in smaller boxes. Let's say 90%, 95% of them, they're smaller games in smaller boxes, which you can usually carry with you, which play faster, which give you enough to think about for their small weight in grams and weight in game weight.
Okay, that's news to me. Be back in 20 minutes. Probably you're going to disqualify
Oh,
many of my
probably I will.
picks. But to my advantage, I think they use cards in their mm, as their main mechanic, or the main component or drive of the game is card play. So the chat should back me up if I'm right or wrong.
Oh, I'm gonna smash you on this one. It's card games. Card games is small. I mean, everybody knows that card games. You take it with you, you play it on the side of the road. You don't have a huge board, you don't have a huge table. It's card games. I'm gonna smash you.
Okay,
Uh,
that don't work. That doesn't work. Ooh, this is huge. We're gonna need a huge sidewalk for this one.
okay. I'm quite curious. What do you think?
Yeah, I
Uh,
think I might have cheated, but I could not mention these ones. I'm sorry. Another thing that I try to do is try to find games we have not talked about or haven't seen anyone else mention, and I kind of mixed and matched what are my favorite card games, and most of our top tens are games we wish we would play more but don't get to. So these kind of fall into that category, and to be fair, I think most of these and card games, as you mentioned, smaller ones, require more people to be present at the same table. So going party and
No, not necessarily. Not
four and
necessarily.
beyond.
No, not necessarily. You'll see.
Okay.
But I can't wait to stomp on your picks.
Okay,
Let's
so
start the
who's
TVs.
who's gonna start? Who's gonna finish? Let's settle that.
So I think I'm gonna give you the last word today.
Okay,
J- j-
I'm feeling confident.
you're feeling confident? Okay. So, I think I know what your number one is.
You'd be wrong. I will surprise you with my number one.
Yeah.
I surprised myself when I said, "Is this really my number one pick?"
Let's
No.
not jump to conclusions.
No.
We're still at number 10. So
Okay.
I'm going to start and I'm going to let you. So my number 10 is it's an older game. It's an older design. It comes from Carl Chudyk, the designer of Glory to Rome.
Ooh. I was about to say Glory to Rome, but that's a kind of a bigger game than you mentioned. But
It's still a card game, but
It's
I
still-
do not have Glory to Rome. I did not, although I think I could have bought it at that time. I did not buy it at that time. I have never played it. I've heard. I think it might have a new iteration somewhere. I do not have it. Never played it. So it's not that. I would love to play it at some point, but I did not manage to. So the game that I am talking about is called Innovation. Innovation, which I like, and I have to say, I like it as a two-player game mostly. And I like this version especially, which I have, and I have also the first expansion. This game has a lot of expansions. I only have the first expansion because I think Yellow only did the first expansion. So this is Innovation. Innovation is a playing card. You kind of make sets of cards. And you play cards. You place cards. This is what playing means.
this is a small table footprint for you.
It's
and-
not. I will say that this one does not have a small footprint necessarily. You cannot really play it on the
So
side
you're
of the
allowed to
road.
break the rules. No.
But it is a game that is in a box like that. I have not. I've played it on stream and I played it with the expansion, and we've played it wrong. We played the expansion wrong. I quite like it. I have not played it in a while. Like I said, you have to create a certain. You have to create certain sets. You mainly this is what you do. You create sets from 1 to a certain number, and when you reach a certain number, you will win the game. But in order to build that 1 to 10 or 1 to 11, I don't remember right now. In order to build those cards, you need to spend, I think, if I remember correctly, other cards, other resources, other types of resources. Cards are multi-use. They're multi-use practically. And they give you powers. They also give you symbols. You can do things with powers, things with symbols. I'm sorry, I'm not very sharp on the explanation because, like I said, I've not played it in a while.
I'm not even gonna try.
But it's not a very easy game to explain. But
most of Carl's games, they're small but hard to describe, right?
And it's a heavier game than it looks. Yeah. It's not it's not an easy game. But if you manage to, I really like the yellow version because it looks like this. It says, "Look, you."
Yeah.
Exactly, Marcus.
To be fair,
but depends on how
really-
you play them, on top, on bottom. You can play them in different, you play them for numbers, and for it gives, some of them, as I said, give you powers. For example, this one, you may put into play a number of cards that provide the symbol from your hand. If you put into play 4 or more cards, dominate the technology domain, and if you dominate a certain domain, you take a card of that domain. And if you
typical
dominate a
Civ
certain
stuff.
number, you win the game. I really, really like it. I really like the first expansion. I don't have the others. There was a deluxe, which was not a deluxe, the Innovation Deluxe, which is not. The best version which you can find is this yellow version, which I don't know if it's out there anymore. But if you find the other versions, I really think this is a card game that is a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it with 2 or 3 players, not more, because it's not a short game. And it has a little bit of take that. I demand you transfer 2 cards from your influence to my influence, for example. This one is.
Are you gonna go through all the cards?
I'm not going to go through all the cards. So it has different powers, different things, but highly recommended. I really, really like it. And of course, you can play it. You can choose to be mean. You can choose not to be. We usually, me and D, play without being mean most of the time. There are some moments in the game when you need to take cards, because it is a card game, and card games usually are a bit it's the luck of the draw, and if another player manages to build his engine faster, you have to stop him one way or the other. And the design is built in this way, but it's not built in a way that I'm just mean for the sake of being mean. So it's a fun card game which I highly, highly recommend. My number 10 is
it only
Innovation.
for 2 players?
No, you can play it up to 4 or 5, I think.
Okay. I'm engaged. I'm curious to see. I would like to play this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What
A
is
serious
your
card
number
game.
10?
Wouldn't expect less from you. And guess what? I don't know why I'm here, but I'm starting broad with a whole genre. You can play solo. You can play with many people. It's mainly cooperative. I don't think there's I can't remember now if there is, probably, but it's a type of game that puts you in the shoes of a detective in different times and trying to correct me if I'm wrong, and if you think that this is a card game, but in my opinion it drives it is. So the Chronicles of Crime,
Oh yeah, that's a card game, yeah. But it does rely on the app, though.
It does rely on the app. So if you don't like this one,
I'll go for
in this
1400
genre,
though,
we
because
can
love the
slap
1400.
on all the unlocks which don't use app, or the exits, which is just escape room in a box. So I kind of put everything in this number 10. It's number 10 because you can play it once, probably twice, but if you know the outcome, it kind of defeats the purpose of going back to the game. But I think it's a neat, and it's almost like you want an experience that it's a story, and obviously it's going to be narrative driven. It's like going to see a movie, right? It's spectacular the first time you go through it, and then when you rewatch it, you kind of look for other details rather than let yourself being immersed in the story. So. And in particular, because it's been marinating in my mind and like a thorn, right? I need to go back to the 1400 series. This is one that I really enjoyed. The intro. I like the how you have to go and talk to different people, put 1 and 2 together, and trying to find and resolve a case, basically, almost Sherlock Holmes in the medieval times. So I think that if you like, cooperative escape rooms, I think trying to be a detective and all that. I put everything in this basket, and I think I didn't pick just one, but
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
you're showing Chronicles of Crime. I think it's good enough. Yeah.
Okay. Let's go to number 9, right?
Yeah.
Number 9.
Easy does it.
My number 9 is a one of the it's the darkest yet the funniest games that I have on my list. It is a game that it's a card game which is so different because of its theme. On itself is I would say an engine builder with mainly an engine builder. Of course, you have hand management as you have with these card games. And it's very important how efficient you build your engine, but the game can be so funny, and it is beautifully drawn, it is beautifully illustrated, and the theme is tongue-in-cheek. The game is called The Bloody Inn. What do you do in this game? This is a game where you invite people to your inn to hack them to make money.
This is really dark. Yeah,
it is dark, but
be careful how you present it, right?
But don't take it too serious. But it is a pretty serious game. It's mainly an engine builder. I really like the artwork. It's made it's made by Pearl Games, which I think they're French. And one second, I don't want to be disturbed. Sorry for that. And it is the abbot from now on. Play one accomplice, fewer to perform. I mean, the abbot helps you. The brewer helps you to hack someone. It is funny if you take it lightly. If you're too serious in this life, do not play this game.
And if you're easily offended,
yes, do not play this game. I mean, what makes this game special is this artwork and the theme, because underneath is a smart engine builder, but nothing extraordinarily special with the gameplay. I would say is you take cards, you discard cards in order to place cards in a tableau. This is mainly what you do. You create a tableau of cards. Nothing extraordinarily special, but if you try to realize what you are doing, you recruit kids from the inn. There you can recruit up to 2 kids per turn, if I remember correctly, and they help you hack somebody, steal his money. And there is some policemen in the deck, and you might need to kill some policemen, but there's might be some other policemen to come. And what do you do if they find you with the body? Because you need to bury you need to bury those cards, and you cannot bury them immediately. You need space to bury the people that you hack.
It puts you in the shoes of some interesting dilemmas.
Yes.
So, are you capable of thinking of how to dispose of these, bodies, and how to yeah? You're right, and I think the theme and artwork elevates the mechanism.
So you invite all of these, for example, are invited, and you choose which rooms you put them in, and you invite them in your inn here. Come on, you're gonna feel fine, and then you choose. I think I'm gonna hack this one this turn, probably, but you have to be careful, because here you see who will come, who is coming next. Also, you go through the deck twice, and after you've seen. Because in the deck you'll have a certain number of cards, you will take out a certain number of cards, and if when you go the first time to the deck, you'll see how many policemen there are, and the second time the luck of you think, oh, there's that much. It changes the second time you play the second part, so the second part of the game, you'll think strategically different, because of the way that the cards will come out. It's quite an interesting game, and its theme makes it quite special, I would say.
It's an excellent pick. I highly approve.
So number 9, what?
It's a tough sell, though.
It is a bit.
It's a perfect game for
Yeah,
playing.
again-
to playing at Halloween or
I'm not taking it seriously. I'm taking it as a cartoon, if you want. And we grew up with beep beep, with the Roadrunner, so, and we did not end up being murderers.
Yeah, Tom and Jerry with highly violent cartoons. Right.
What is your number 9? Sorry, I think I've talked a bit too much about this one.
No, it was worth it. I hope people are taking notes. That one's surely.
And it has an
one to-
expansion, which I think it makes it a bit better. Come on, what's your number 9?
Okay, my number 9 is almost it's a 2-player game, but you can play in teams. I don't think you ever approved of this, but it is card driven, and it's almost a battle between 2 heroes, and it's become so bloated at this point. You have
Unmatched.
Bruce Lee. You have T-Rex. You have Alice in Wonderland, Bigfoot.
Which one do you want to choose?
Cobble and Fog. I think that one has Dracula, the Invisible Man, and 2 more. So each box comes with 4, pop culture icons.
Okay.
That you can, you can control, and it's basically who gets to eliminate the other player from the board wins.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's a tug of war mainly.
Yeah, I guess, but the thing that sold me, and I'm still impressed by the artwork.
Yeah.
I think they've nailed the illustration. It becomes a very precise, right? It's graphic design almost. It reminds me, and I think Ian O'Toole has worked on a few of these boxes, and it shows. I think the success of it speaks for it, and they come up with these new characters that they add, and and I really wish I could play this one more, but it's that simple, right? You have limited actions. You just move, either attack or scheme or something like that. So it's outmaneuver your opponent, move a piece on a board and all that, but the artwork still impacts me to this day.
Okay. Ceci n'est pas une pipe.
I know what Magritte has to do with this, but
I don't know either, but it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Or that's Sherlock Holmes or what?
Yeah. So it's funny. So let's go to number 8, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My number 8 is, of course, a game. It's a newer game. It's the newest game that is on my list. It is a game that I called it the big game, the card game. It is a game that is not launched yet, and it is on this list because I have managed to get that copy and play it. The game is Great Western Trail El Paso.
What? It made your top 10?
Yes. I have really liked
Wow.
what they did with it. It is... wait, where are you? It is Great Western Trail distilled to what Great Western Trail is. Deck building. It made the deck building part central, and with yeah, moving the worker, but that doesn't it makes the card game even more, it brings it more in front of you. What I would like to see is a few more buildings and maybe a board, which is a board in future reference, not a cloth, which I was not a huge fan of. Other than that, I was quite impressed with the fact that it is still Great Western Trail in a faster package with enough to think about on what you do on your turn. So I have quite enjoyed the games that we played. We played it 2 and 3 players. It was fun. It is fun, and it is a card game mainly. It became Great Western Trail the card game, the small card game to the big card game, and it takes out the let's say meanness part of the big game, which can be annoying a lot of times, building buildings, paying money for those buildings, and so on and so forth. So yeah, for me it is quite fun. I didn't expect to like it because I was not a fan of the original Great Western Trail. I mean, not that I wasn't. I really appreciated it. I really appreciate it's so good in what it does, but I felt that the original game. I like it with the expansion, but we'll talk about it when we get the. But yeah, I didn't think I would enjoy this game as much as I end up doing it, and what I have enjoyed the most is the deck building part of it, and I'm not a fan of deck building, believe it or not.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan.
It's not a small game. It's smaller than its big brother, but
it's very small compared to its big brother. It's even though it takes some space on your table. It's not necessarily it's not necessarily a small game. Yeah, but it is far smaller than any because I've played the original afterwards. I've played New Zealand afterwards, and you can see the playthrough for New Zealand, and we'll do tomorrow the original with the expansion. And man, they're table goblin. They eat all your table. This one is quite small compared to it.
Yeah, so, but this is more
and it is the best gateway into the system. It was so easy for Dee to play New Zealand after she played this one, because most of the concepts were there, and then I just have to explain very few things on New Zealand, and she kind of knew what to do from the beginning, which is very hard to do on this type of game, this type of big game, from without having this small entry into it.
Yes. But I would consider this a board game, not a card game.
No, it's a card game. No, it has everything is cards.
Marcus, back me up. You're the only one who can break ties.
Even Great Western Trail, the big game, is kind of a card game.
Come on. You could put here Andromeda's Edge, and you would say, "Ooh, that's a card game." Please.
No. That's you have those. This is a worker. You have 10 work, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 workers.
Let's have one Zen top 10.
Oh no, no, we're not doing that. It's not fun. Okay, what is your number 8?
So my number 8 is a proper card game, and it's one that's more fun to set up, and then to actually figure out how to manage these two factions together, which they should not work, and they manage to, just like Smash Up, which this is why just like Unmatched, I wanted to say, well, Smash Up. So Unmatched, you have all these characters that you can play with. Now I'm mixing them so.
Okay.
Okay, smash that.
Smash Up. Okay.
Smash that Smash Up and that.
Okay.
Subscribe. So in Smash Up, you have these two factions, right? So they go from robots to extraterrestrial ETs, whatever. You have a lot of things to choose from, a lot of packs, a lot of expansions, and it's really fun and it to me what happens, it's really hard to choose who do you want to mix and match, right? Oh, this looks good, this looks interesting, I want that, it's fun to put zombies and kids and cats, right? It's fun, and then
Yeah, I have.
all of this is just to win bases. So you play these cards with these uh, extremely almost game breaking abilities that each card has, and it's if you're okay with a lot of, well, it's a lot of take that in this game. So you put points down, you might go after a base and someone else just, oh, you thought you're gonna win this. Oh, no way. Everyone's fighting for that, and
I hope this is.
but
I have not played this game. I hope this is the correct
oh,
game.
this is, this is good, and I really I think it's more fun, and I don't. It's not important. In the end, for me, it's just who wins or who loses, right? It's just the cards you play and creates these interesting moments, and oh, you've won with your gnomes, these or you have princesses, right? And it's fun. I think it's not about it's not, if you're competitive about this, and it kind of takes the fun out of it, but you have to be at the level of the game that it provides. So
Yeah.
I think if you want to have fun mixing and matching a lot of interesting factions, this is a game for you. And yeah, my number 8 smash up.
Yeah. I have
I know
absolutely
it's not innovation. Come
no.
on.
I have absolutely no interest of playing this game. Absolutely zero interest.
Yeah, you don't like
It looks like it would heat me up in winter. If it has enough
yeah.
cards.
Yeah. You will play this on Fool's Day with King of Tokyo for sure.
A full,
It's at that level, right?
at,
Of smacking you around.
Fool's Day of Horse's Easter.
Okay.
At
So it's not for
Horse's Easter.
bogey, but for everyone who wants to have fun at the table, I would recommend Smash Up and King of Tokyo.
Okay, let's go to number 7.
Number 7.
Number 7 is a game that I managed to procure this year at Essen. We've played it on stream.
Did we?
Not with you, just me and D. We
Oh,
did a two-player game. And
I was not included.
this is a drafting game that takes drafting and makes it a tiny bit better, because you draft a card, but you do not play the card that you drafted. You have 2 more cards in your hand, so you have you can choose from the cards that you take. The game is AI 100% human. This is a very, very smart card game.
Wow. 2 games that are almost brand new.
Yeah,
Wow.
believe it or not.
Look at you.
And I really liked. So we've played it a lot, because we played it a few times and said we should put it on stream. But let's play it some more. Let's play it some more before we put it on stream, because after we put it on stream, we have to play something else, and probably we won't get to this too fast again. We won't get to it. So we played it some more. And I think we did the stream almost a month later than we wanted to put it.
And all this time you played it.
Yeah, we played it once, 2 times a week, something like that. Not every night, but we found, we have 1 more hour. Let's play AI. This is a drafting. It's a drafting system that while you do, you're building a tableau of cards, which will bring you points. But it is an enclosed drafting system. This is what's very interesting about it. You have all of those cards. So you have the same cards practically, which you bring back and forth. And from all of those cards, we all make our tableaus. And I don't know how it is, but it works. It works. You can make, if you know how to create and the point scoring is very close. In all the games, me and D were always a few points apart at the end. I have really enjoyed this one. This is a drafting game. I had another drafting game but I've chosen this one because it's a tiny bit more complex. I do like its artwork. I do like its production. It's fun. This is a fun game to play. It's fast. It's smart. It works well. So, in my opinion, this is a game everybody should try at least once.
Okay. I will say nothing.
You have not played it, so
no, I have not.
You can shut up.
I have my thoughts, but it might not be about the game. All right. So, number 7.
Yes. What is your number 7?
So this is another classic that anyone can play from a young age to really old age.
Okay.
So
99 plus.
Yeah, exactly. So it's
Marcus says if it looks like a card game and plays like a card game, then it is a card game. So he was on it.
This is a drafting game. I don't know how to explain it. It's very cute and trying to build certain patterns that will give you points.
Okay.
And it's about sushi.
Oh.
So I guess
Sushi Go Party?
Yeah, I think that one is more complete. It has more, right?
Okay.
It has more cards, more players. It's a bigger tin box. But Sushi Go is
I have
sufficient.
I don't have this game.
You don't?
Nope. This one is a game that they do not have.
It's really
simple. The game is very simple.
And simple to explain. It's one of those games. Let's go around. You don't have to teach the game. Let's go around. What does this do? Set collection. You need 2 of those for them to score. The more you have, the more points you get. You are the first one. Second, you have to collect your dessert. Who has more get these points. So the interesting part is that you get a hand of cards, you keep one, and you pass all the other cards to your opponent. Yeah. So you might want 4 of these, and you will hope that it comes back to you so that you complete your set. But everyone else at the table sees what you are you're building, and you won't get that. It's about that, It's that level
I think it came out very close to Seven Wonders because a lot of times they were compared because of that, because they're like very close in but Seven Wonders is the more expansions that you add, the more interesting the game gets. And yeah,
and just like Marcus says, it's really a gateway game. If you have a lot of non-gamers and they want to play something, I don't know why, but if they are interested, this is one that they could get into.
And it is
very easily
in a tin box, so you can keep it in the fridge.
Yeah, so it doesn't spoil.
The sushi.
Yeah, sushi, and I really think this is a game for everyone. Probably if you don't like sushi, it's not. But it's a game for everyone.
Okay, let's see what I am doing for number six, right?
Yeah, I think I was afraid of nothing. I have the smallest games at this point.
Nah. No, but I was expecting for you to give me some big boards or something. So,
Oh, you said card
yeah,
games.
but card
So,
games. It's card games, it's played card games. My number, we're going to number six. This one has a board. It has a very small board.
okay.
Uh,
So
it
I was closer to the brief than you were. I specifically chose games
but no,
that
this is a
are
this is a card game. This is a card game
with a board
with a
and
board, and it
with miniatures and with dice towers.
no. It is a it's a it's an engine builder. It's I think it's still a very interesting game, and I think it still holds up these days. It's a game that came out I think in 2010 or 2011. We played it on stream in the summer because I wanted to play it again because I have not played it in a while, and I
Mhm.
still like it. And it brought it back. It brought back the memory of the game, and that's why it entered back my top 10. The game is Spirium. 2013. It's made by William Mattia, the guy who did the Provost. Um,
Hmm. Okay.
what it's called, the one of the
Oh,
very few first
yeah, yeah,
worker
yeah, yeah.
placement
So,
games. I remember the Provost because it's the Dizon one
oh,
too. You
man,
have it there.
Kalis.
Kalos, exactly. It's the same designer as Kalos. This is
We should talk about Kalis one day. Yeah, I have a pretty interesting story to tell, but not the moment, not at the moment.
so
It's a flip the table story.
okay, okay. You can say it then. Do not do not spoil it. So this is a an engine builder in a way. It is an engine builder with bidding. You place workers, uh, and the most more workers you play between cards because you want to take certain cards, and if you place a worker between these two cards, for example, you can take either this card or this card because you take the worker. You have two phases. First, you place workers, then you take workers. And if you place a worker in the first phase, when you are taking you can take that worker for money, and you take money for all the workers for the cards adjacent, and it can bring you a lot of money. But you can also take a card, and you take the worker, you choose one of those two cards, and but someone else might place also here. Someone else might place here, and there might be someone who goes before you because you can place workers, but then you decide you go into the second phase of taking workers, and when you decide you go into the second phase of taking workers, in that moment you cannot place workers anymore, but you might go into the second phase of taking workers before someone else, and still keep some workers that you have not placed because you might want to take a card before someone else. It is full of good decisions, and it's okay. Do I run my engine this turn? Do I take more cards this turn? How much money do I have? It is a small package that delivers a lot, and I still think it's one of a very good game that deserved more attention. Never got it, but there are so many great games, but I think this is more than just a good game. It's fast, it's good, is interesting, it keeps you engaged from the beginning till the end. What happens on your turn is you're fully interested in where all other players are placing workers. Very simple rules, but not easy to play. the kinds of games that I thoroughly enjoy. So it was a game that did not make a huge splash at the moment that it got out, or and certainly not afterwards. But it's not going out of my collection at all. Love it. My number 6 was Spirium.
I was admiring the artwork. I don't know if I heard a word you said, but I'm I'm interested
It certainly had
to know this one.
it certainly had better artwork than the original Kalos had.
Oh, okay. So you're talking about small. You talk about simple. You just have a deck of cards. You cannot go smaller than that. There's
Okay.
nothing smaller. It just has numbers and horns. Can you guess?
Numbers and horns.
Yeah. You try to have as few horns than your opponents. So it's not nowhere near what you are looking for. So this is number 6, Nimmt.
Oh, I have not played this game. I have
I know
never played
it's
this game.
nowhere. You will never play this game. And this is even more. It's lower than.
It's very easy. Than Sushi Go. It's easier than Sushi Go.
It's easier.
I
than
have a
sushi.
friend. I have a friend who was somewhere else in the
Hey,
country.
it's Wolfgang Kramer.
It's Ovan Kramer, yes, yes. I have a friend who's not a board gamer, but she has this game in small games with, I think, with a few more games that she picked up from Germany. And
Yeah,
this is
this is a party game for sure. It's not even gateway. It's just silly fun. Oh, you got all the cards, ha ha ha! And you can play this game back to back to back. You don't even, you try to figure out if your number will close a row of cards or will you be safe. And someone just might close even before you, and he takes all the cards, and you're it's that type, right? It's trying to figure out if you're gonna get the cards or not. So they these numbers fit in a
row or in a
upstand. Yeah, I don't know.
I see 70
from lower to
the higher, yeah.
Right? So if a card closes or reaches 6, you take the entire row. And who has the most? Well, probably it's the guy that has all the bulls.
Marcus agrees with you. Also says that it has an advanced level apparently. Yeah, I've never played this one. Never.
Yeah, you and your Great Western Trail and Spirium. You
Well,
will see this and say,
I play heavier games. What do you want? This is my bread and butter.
Most people will be more eager to play my games than yours. You're a level beyond.
Yeah, but what? Yeah, I'm a level. Yeah, that's right. I am a level beyond. But on the other hand, what do you want? Both of us should have had the 6 Nimmt on our list. That would have been a boring list.
No, yeah.
So let's go to 5.
Yeah, let's go to 5.
That's why I'm keeping you around.
Who else would have 6 Nimmt in their top 10 cards, man?
So no
one would dare.
My number 5, right? My number 5. It's, I think, the biggest. It's the biggest box. It's a card game. It's absolutely a card game, which has a normal size box, and it shouldn't have. It doesn't need a normal size box. It does have a good insert. You can keep all those cards in the insert. So it's the game is excellent in my opinion. I think it's
Anachrony.
Where are the cards in Anachrony? You.
Under the minions, the minis. Anyway,
I don't think Anachrony has one card in it.
doesn't?
I don't think it does. So, but
The characters, I think they have.
you know what?
Anyway, I haven't played it. In a while.
This is a Brett Gilbert and Matt Dunstan
Yeah.
design, which I think
Throwing names around.
and I think I have an interview with Matt Dunstan. If people want to see it, there is an interview on the channel. I have made one. That's what I want to say. So I do think they make very good card games, and I do Matt Dunstan does really good card games. And this one is it came out in 2015, if I'm not wrong, and the game is called Elysium.
Oh,
This is
I see it behind you.
yes, it is behind me. It is there. I so wanted to play this one on stream, but we never got the chance. I still like it. It has a bit of a worker placement if you want built into it. You also you create sets of cards, and this is a big. It's a more of a table gobbler than most of these, but it's still it is a card game.
I see that.
It is a card game nonetheless. You have lots of cards you can play. As you see, you make sets of cards, sets of the same numbers, sets of different numbers, but the same same symbol down here, and you score points by the types of sets that you create. I do like the fact that when you take a card, you don't have to build it immediately. You can build it later. You might not have the necessary. You have these pillars. These pillars allow you to build those cards. And when you give up a pillar, you'll think twice. Oh no, I'm giving this pillar, but I might need this pillar for this card. But better build this card right now and then see what I can do. There is also a race for certain cards because some cards are better than others. There are cards, all those cards. Yeah, you take them for their ability, but also for creating sets. It's one heck of a fun game. It's good. It's thinky. As you see, most of mine are towards medium weights because this is the types of card games which I enjoy playing. So it is. It's fun. It's good. It's pretty fast, and highly recommend this one.
You should have shown more of the artwork. What I see there, is it Dutré or is it?
I think it's Dutré. Oui.
Because you should have started and stopped there.
I think it might be Vincent Dutré, but I'm not sure.
The way it looks, it's talks like looks like his style. It's saturated and colorful. Really pops on the table.
It's so illustrated. It says Eric Bourgier, Carrie, Vincent Dutré, Sylvain Guillemot, Jean. It has more.
Okay.
I think there might be different illustrators for different sets of cards. There might be not the same one.
It looks amazing.
It's very good looking. It's very pretty. Yeah. Yes. And the game is terribly good.
I have to say and admit that I like your list better than mine. But yeah. All right.
Okay.
My number 5.
Your number 5. Yes. Let's go to number 5.
Let's start with everyone's favorite mechanism so far and say deck building, right?
Which deck? So, this is Star Realms.
Yes. Am I really that transparent?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could have put Dune Imperium. You could have had Rose Ruin of Arnak. You could have had
No.
Dominion.
No. It's Star Realms.
You know how much I like the system.
Yeah.
But my game of choice is really Hero Realms. Star Realms is, as I knew it back then, a two-player game, and the Hero Realms, developed it for up to four.
Uh-huh.
So
I
that's
see.
the game I've played more.
Okay, we're gonna put Hero Realms
So
then.
you just, building or buying cards, trying to reduce your opponent's life to zero, basically. And how you
It
manage to
sounds like King
get.
of Tokyo.
So these are top 10 variations
Of
of
King of
how can I
Tokyo.
make top 10 King of Tokyo wannabes.
And your
Um,
number one is going to be King of Tokyo. The Black Edition.
yeah, okay.
Okay.
So you have these factions that are, colors basically that do certain things. If they combine, they amplify and create a bigger turn, and they stack their abilities and trigger if they align. So it's a pure deck builder. I don't know how to explain it better. You have a market. You spend the money to get cards. You shuffle them when you play your cards, and it goes back and forth. But it's an experience that doesn't overstay its welcome. This is why I keep on playing them. And I did the comparison between Dune Imperium. Dune Imperium, you play once and say, "Oof, I'm beat." This one, you get 10 minutes. Let's play another. Let's play another. 2 out of 3, 5 out of 10. Oh,
I see.
something like that.
Does it have a gazillion? Yeah, it looks like it has a gazillion decks.
Oh, it has a lot of,
Yeah. This looks like this
expansions
looks
and all
like a cow being milked. It's a system
is it though?
that it's easy to do.
I think it gives its audience what they ask for, and that's more factions, more cards, more variability.
And in the
Um,
end, how many of those factions did you play?
Oh, yeah, yeah, guilty as charged.
But you milked the cow, didn't you?
Yeah, at least I have, though.
Okay.
So,
Let's go to number 4, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah. Things are getting serious.
These are getting closer. My number 4 is I think it's one of the smallest game. I think this one you can almost play it on the side of the road. This is is a deck builder, and I'm not a huge fan of deck building.
You said you didn't like deck building.
I'm not a huge fan of deck building, but this is so fast, so fun.
It's an economic game for sure.
It's
a train game.
It's a You tell me one deck building train game, I'm going to buy it.
I don't know. I'm gonna look for it.
So I have this is a top 10 deck building train games. So this is is so fast, it's fun. This is a lighter title. It's almost a gateway game if you want. It's not exactly a gateway, but it could be a next step. You will start with a deck of cards. You'll have some cards in the middle for a market, and you buy cards. And all you have to do till the end is create a series of. You have to go from 1 to 8 or 9, if I remember correctly, or 8 to 8 or 9. But the cards only go from 1 to 5. So if you want to go all the way to, you have to create sets 5 and 1. The game is called Dale of Merchants.
Oh, okay. I haven't played that one.
I have 1 and 2, and it plays really fast. This is one of those games that I take when I travel on the motorcycle. I throw it in the bag there.
It is the smallest one you had so far.
I think it is, yeah. It has a few decks. It has I have 1 and 2. I don't have the third one, and I think that it came with a bigger one. I only have 1 and 2, which is plenty. Um,
Yeah.
you can pick and choose the animals that you play with. The artwork is really cutesy, but in this cutesy artwork, you can find the few factions which are pretty attacky. You, if you want to play that way, we usually don't
Aw.
pick those. We play more of a. It's a race, as I said. You see, this one has a value of 1, and the cards go from 1 to I think 5, and you have to create a in a tableau of that goes from 1 to 8, and 6, 7, and 8 you have to create it from a 5 and a 1, which has to be from the same type.
Now, there's a lot of text on the cards. It's
Be-
unusual to see nowadays this much text on a
It does
card.
have, because cards have they have they have this value. It's the deck that you're playing from, and also the cards have powers, and you can play those cards as a set, or you can discard it to in your deck to have an ability, which is a passive ability, an active ability, and so on. That's a technical ability. Sorry.
So this is your entry level card
I would
game?
say this is not an yeah, it's not an entry
Come
level.
on.
It's almost the next step, but it's not that complicated. It is
Okay.
not. It's fun. You can play it
Stick to
with
my list, folks.
you can play it with kids, as you can see. And I highly recommend it.
That's probably the child of the designer and made him play this game.
No, the art is cute. You look at the artwork is pretty.
I know it's cutesy. I tried to play this with my son and it didn't work. Okay. No fault of the game for sure. But
Quite
I
fun.
really want to get back to this one.
Quite fun. Quite fun.
Yeah.
And I bought it. It was not even available in Romania. No one had it in any stores. I had to buy it from Germany.
Look at you, so special.
Yeah, I think
You buy your games
think-
from Japan.
and then at some point it got a localization here, which wasn't all that great because I don't know why. So let's go to your number 4.
Oh, you're done. Okay. You're
Yeah.
okay. That was something. Mine is another game that it's another party game, I would call it, that I don't hear nobody talk about it. It's called Henchmania. I would be surprised if anyone knows about this game. It recently had a second edition, which I was intrigued to find out because it just popped out, and they had a small expansion and all that.
I'll have to get this game because you talked about this game in the whole.
Oh man, I love this game. This has a board. It's bigger.
Yeah?
It's bigger than the other games I've placed. But
This has a
I love
crazy
this game
artwork.
so much. The artwork is incredible. And it's unique. I have not seen this type of artwork. It's almost like caricatures of the people of the Middle Ages, right?
Yeah.
And it's exaggerated to the grotesque.
Yeah.
I love it. So I love the artwork. I love the gameplay. So basically, you just have 5 parts of the city, and they all do different things. So one's for attacking, one's for defending, one's for doing some take daddy things to your opponent, one's for making points, and there's one more. But you just place your meeples in these parts of time. You take a card, and once you run out of your meeples, that's your deck. That's your hand of cards you have to play in that round. So you might go heavy into combat. You might go heavy into trying to take that. Your opponents might defend yourself because you have a lot of points, and it flows. It has such a beautiful dynamic, and I enjoy it, right? Because oh no, I hope nobody sees that I'm about to win, and just everyone piles on me, and just, I have minus 20 points. What just happened? But it's so, like you said before, a tongue in cheek, right? You don't have, if there's a person who takes it seriously, you're definitely losing that from it deletes you from your phone. You lose a friend.
Is it?
Um,
It's that naughty?
it's that naughty, yes. It's but it's more
It's called
about
henchmania.
let's
So
have fun, smack each other again in the ballpark of these very interactive games. I would call, like Smash Up, the previously mentioned King of Tokyo. It's that level, right? So you really need to go into let's have fun. It doesn't matter who wins or loses. I can't wait to, this is one that I've shown to people and went really well. I really wish I would have a chance to show this to someday. I hope people take notice and try this one if they see it. I think it's gonna be a riot.
was it a
It's really
Tessan?
that
Because
fun.
well, you had to, if it was a Tessan, man, I should have tried to get a copy.
This is an older title. I don't think
If
you
it has
can.
a second edition,
Yeah, probably. But I haven't. Yeah, I don't. I don't know who mentions this.
doesn't matter.
What publisher? I don't even know what publisher has it.
Okay, it does look apart. I don't know until I play it. I will probably
I
hate
don't
it
know
with
if
how
it's
much
per
take that
se
you heard to
for
say.
you exactly, because you don't really like Take That, do you?
No, not a big fan of it. Take that for the sake of take that. I'm not a big fan.
But I think you would manage if it's a lower time. So if you
It's
could
fast,
stand it for half an hour, can you?
probably. And most likely, if I'm playing with you and D, you will team up at trying to destroy me.
You'll be receiving gloves
Constantly. Let's go
left
to
and
top
right.
3.
I really, really love this game, and
Sorry.
I hope you like it too.
So, number 3. My number 3 is another smaller game.
I just realized that I've created a top 10 party game.
I don't think they're party games. Lighter games, not necessarily party. So my number 3 is a game that I have not played in a while, and then we played it. I showed it to D because she did not play it. She had no idea how it plays, and then we played it. And let's play it again because it's so good. Let's play it again, and it's so competitive, and it's my favorite. I'm not the hugest fan of Reiner Knizia. Most of his games are pretty.
Let me guess. He only has a million games that he already made.
Yeah.
It could take forever to guess what the game is.
But this is a small, fast, good. It's so good. And it has 2 iterations. One is called Battle Line. The other one is called Schotten Totten.
Ooh. Battle Line had a medieval
yes.
facelift. I was more. I like that version more. Battle Line looks really old.
Yeah.
And uglier, but yeah.
Schotten Totten is about.
What does that mean, though? I always ask myself.
It's about Scots fighting each other for stones.
The artwork is
or
amusing.
Something.
It is.
The artwork is this is the old artwork because it was Schotten Totten, then it was Battle Line, and then it came back with yellow Schotten Totten. I have Schotten Totten. I don't have this version of Schotten Totten.
I'm looking for the definition of Schotten Totten right now.
I have this one. This version I have, and I think there's Schotten Totten 1 and Schotten Totten 2, which are practically the same game. And I thoroughly, as I was saying, why did you disappear here? There's something that disappeared. Hello.
What?
I don't.
Who went away?
The chat went away from
Ah,
and I did not know why. So yeah, as I was saying, this one is it's fast and it's really interesting. You have to make sets of. You start a set. Let me see if I can find the something that it's close to what it should look. Oh, okay, so you have these two sides, and between them you have these stones, and whichever you play poker, whichever plays a better hand is the winner. And you start a line here. You place a card. Another one plays a card. And for example, this one has three different of the same type. This one has 1, 3, and 9, so he has nothing. He has practically this is more powerful than this one. So you need to play poker with cards to have better hands of poker than the other player. But the way you play those cards is so strategic and so tactical and so strategic at the same time. And it's all also about the cards you are going to draw. It's very, very good. It's fast, and you can play it. We played it, I don't know, 3 times in a row one time, 3 or 4 times in a row, because it's so good.
yeah, but it's just for 2 people.
And it's just a two-player game. But
Two is not a party.
This is my favorite Knizia when it comes to 2 players. I find it far better than Lost Cities is.
Okay.
Okay.
The big 3.
What is your number 3, my friend?
Ooh. Like in the spirit of the games I have listed so far, I think this just takes the cherry on the cake. It's
Take That. The game is called Take That.
It's Take That. It's even more. Well, it depends, right? It has an assassin and a robber, which are the 2 characters that messes with the game in such ways that, and if those 2 characters manage to attack the same player, which it happened, it creates a really tense, it's me again. Yeah.
It's Citadels, right?
It's Citadels, and I would not recommend anything less than the definitive edition that they came out with this artwork. It has everything. I think it's a 2019 release.
2016 is, yeah.
Okay. So they
I think
put everything they had so far into this box. It has a lot of characters you can mix and match, and you could actually design your playthrough for being less Take Thaty. It's almost you are building your own thing. Nobody messes with anyone. But I think at this core, this game started as being in your face and trying to steal from other players. Trying to be as subtle as possible to what you are going for, choosing your roles wisely. So and mixing and matching, right? You can't go for the king all the time, or you can't go for the merchant because you'll become a target at some point. So it's a really fast, easy to explain. Just have to explain this role does that. I think it's I have this as a / love letter, but that's just a really as what do you call it? Yeah, but it's of the
same spirit, right?
Yeah, same spirit, but that's even oh, I'm sticking with Citadels. The interaction between players, and it's up to 7 players, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Or
yeah,
you,
yeah. It can go up to 7 players. Yeah,
so
I
yeah,
think
this is
eight
this
with
is
the
a game
expansion.
for
I think.
this is 4 and up for sure. So if less than that, it takes away from the experience and the screaming at the table and and all that. I think it's a riot. It's an interesting experience. You can't can get a bit sour for you have your plans all laid out and oh it turns out that you can't do anything that round, and if that goes on for half of the game you'll end up not enjoying yourself that much. But like I said, it has a lot of variability,
Yes,
and the artwork in the this edition it just
is the best one. I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it took and it just made it better.
Um.
Um,
Yeah, as
yeah,
Marcus says, this one is has more depth than Love Letter.
yes, for sure. No, it's
Which Love Letter? Love Letter Batman or Love Letter
Love Letter Star Wars.
Star Wars?
It has Jabba the Hutt.
Oh, milking the cow.
Oh yeah.
Let's go to number 2, right? My
Ah, man, this was a fun list to make. I'm really
okay. So
sad that it's coming to an end. Let's
um
do a -1, -2.
my number 2 is a game that we have played on stream. It's an older darling of mine. It got a big box edition this year. I
Ooh.
It's a game
Did I play?
from Fister. No, you did not play it. It's the biggest.
Oh.
It's the smallest big box you're gonna find on the market. The game is.
Oh, yeah,
It's
you
exactly.
mentioned.
Oh my goods!
I was on my way.
I never understand the original title is called Oh Royal Goods, and then
Oh my God.
oh my
Probably.
god,
Oh my God.
oh my
where are all my
gods.
goods?
Oh,
Even Marcus knew what you were talking
oh,
about.
oh, so I can't really. How do you say it? Oh my goods! Oh my goods!
It has an exclamation, so you had to say that way. If not, you can't play.
Yeah. And I really like this game. I can't sing its praises. It's it's the
Show us that
smallest.
artwork.
It's the smallest big box you'll find, as I said. And I'm trying to find some cards with that artwork. But
Oh my goods in 30 different languages.
it is. Man, but the game is good. It's so good. It's so fun. It has push your luck, and I love push your luck done well. And Alexander Pfister does it
So look at
well.
how small that big box is.
It is, yeah.
Look, the cube is bigger than the box. Okay.
The game is practically an engine builder.
Yeah.
Which and it's very satisfying, and you start slow and you get bigger and bigger and bigger, and every time you just it's satisfying yet to play it. It's satisfying to create that engine, to run it, to see how you make more money, and it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's pretty fast for what it is. And I think the big box edition is just a better edition overall. Adding the cubes instead of cards, playing cards as goods, it's just better for the gameplay. You don't shuffle as much, so I can't sing its praises enough. It's a great game. It works well. It's fun. Highly recommended. I don't have the time to play it as much as I want to, and I don't have the time to play its big brother, which has all that campaign, which is Expedition to New Dale.
Mhm.
So that was my number two. What is your number two?
So, we have talked about this game. It's on your list for to do for sure. It's artwork is done by Michael Menzel, and
Is it First
it's
Class?
about trains. I mean, I could not give it away more than that.
I
Uh,
honestly thought this was your number one. That's
it
why I
was,
said. That's why I
it
said.
was,
That's why I said.
it
That's
was.
why I said this. I think I know your number one, and now I don't know what is your number one. I don't know.
So because I was so you know that was kind of no spoiler, no surprise. I
I want
put
a
it on.
reprint of this one. I want a reprint. I do not own this game.
I don't know if it's that hard to find. Probably on the secondhand market or in the BGG market. Yeah, I think
And
it's out
I want the
there.
full edition. I want it with everything. I think this is a Hansing
Oh,
Gluck the title.
uh,
I should
yeah, I
write
don't know.
them an
I
email.
probably. So
This is
I've
good,
mentioned this
man.
game
This is
before,
good.
so we've just you know it can be a big game as you see in this
It
picture.
is. Yeah.
You're in control of two trains plus you're painting a route with your locomotive and trying to hit as many stops as possible. You can upgrade your cards, to get insane amount of points, and it all just ramps up and it never drops, right? It starts slow, and by the middle of the game, you're just activating this and that and that, and I get that. By the end, you're just doing everything. Um, I really enjoyed it's just by picking up cards from a 6x3 grid, and with that, you just create such a that type of game where you have little small rule book, and the game just grows, right? Without having it to be daunting.
Yeah.
So
And when you think about it, these guys are Helmut Oli. This is only Helmut Oli, I think, but they do huge 18xx's and complicated games.
they do.
Yes, this is they're known.
Okay.
So these the original one. Um
A very Euro.
this is the what rail Russian railroads the card game. This is First Class practically. Russian railroads the card game.
Yeah.
Um, and the Russian railroads, which was Russian railroads, American railroads, and and German railroads,
German and Asian
and
and
Asian.
Indian.
Russia. That was the bigger game, and then they did this one, and it's the same.
Yeah.
It also ramps up and so on.
But I think this one's easier to get into
Oh yeah,
and faster
yep,
for sure.
yep.
And you want, as typical, you want all the cards, but you have to pick one.
Yes.
I really would like to play this one on the channel if you get the chance. If there's someone listening, send this to this address. And
Okay. That's not gonna happen. So,
no, it's not.
let's go to
We're waiting for a big box of.
man. So I thought this was going to be your number, and now I don't know what your number one is.
Yeah, it was a surprise for me as well. You will find out why.
I am ready to invalidate your number one. Mine,
You like it too.
my number one is. Can you
Ooh,
guess?
no. Let me guess.
Can you guess?
Give me a clue.
It's a card game.
Don't tell me. Is it Arkwright, the card game?
It's a card game.
Bruxelles.
So what?
Bruxelles 19 something, 18 something.
1897.
No. What? Give me a clue.
I don't know. You have to say it. Say the.
Oh, you said nothing. It could be any game.
Well, I said I think this is your number one. This is the game that we're playing. So what are you picking one or not?
No.
Pick one, dude.
Okay. Your card game of choice. I don't know. Carcassonne. Monopoly. I know it's Monopoly.
Yes, it's Monopoly with stocks and cards, and it does.
Did I say it?
And yes, you said it. It is Arkwright, the card game.
Oh, I have such a self-doubt. Arkwright.
I
Yeah.
don't know. I think this one is right now is almost a 4 on BGG, and it's 397. It's not 397. It's a 3.6, 3.7 at maximum. I don't know why. So this is a simpler entry into Arkwright, which, as far as I know, it will have a new edition, new artwork, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, because of Game Brewer, having passed away.
Furnace. Marcus says Furnace. No, it's not Furnace. I don't have Furnace.
It's too light for
in the yeah. It's a bit too light. Yeah. But it's a good game.
This is a game.
This is a
card game, man.
Proper. Well, look at it.
You need 3 tables to play.
No, you don't. No, we have played it on stream.
I know
this one,
but it looks huge.
And you managed to play it, and you managed to be decent at it.
Was I in it? Wow. my brain was baked.
I think it was 2021 when we did it. Something like that.
In board game years?
That is a while. So this does mainly what Arkwright does. The big game does that, but does it in a smaller package, in a prettier package, in a distilled package, faster, and easier to get new players into the system.
Oh, you like this one? Let's pop up this bad boy. Are you ready for this? Do you know what board games are?
Dude, I have managed to you are a low midweight gamer when we played this game.
I was in diapers when I came in, and I was the Gateway Games experienced player. Now I'm playing 13xx.
13xx. You managed to play it because one of the advantages of Arkwright is the fact that it is a very thematic game, and everything that you do in the game can be explained thematically. So it makes sense. Everything that you do, it makes sense. This is the reason why I really love it, and the reason why the big game, I think, deserves a better coat of paint, so many more people would enjoy it.
So, are they coming out with the card game or the big the
No, they're coming out with the bigger game with new artwork, and
so
hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good. The card game, it has this artwork which is good for
yeah.
It's pretty good. For all the cards have individual artwork, and I do think they tell a story about those times. Because Arkwright is about the Industrial Revolution and being an important player.
Yeah, you're the boss.
Yeah. You start with a few factories, and then you have to make those factories bigger. You have to produce more goods. You have to sell them. There is a fight between players to sell those goods, the goods that they're producing. It's I love Arkwright. I do like the bigger game because it has a tiny bit more variety, and yeah, it is. But this one, I play it with a lot of. I have a lot of fun playing it, and it's a better introduction to Arkwright than the bigger, which looks really intimidating. This one will not look that. You start with a few cards and two factories, and there's a small there. It's pretty easy to explain. A small board in the middle. It's pretty easy to explain.
Yeah.
It's not as intimidating, and I think it's even better for two players than the bigger game.
And it's amazing that a board game can um, simulate real life in this way. So this is economy on your table, right? It
At
feels
its
like you're
best. Yes.
playing,
Yes.
um, big boy's pants, right? You're being a proper adult.
Yeah, you
Trying
have
to
to
deal
get.
with
Yeah.
serious themes. I know you enjoy hegemony and all that. Your social, and this is going into. I really try not to get into these themes that they deal with real life because if I'm a doctor, I don't want to play a doctor themed game. But
Well,
guys,
I'm not an industrialist, so
how
I,
about you like
I,
being in his shoes?
what?
You like being in an industrialist's shoes?
Yeah, I like to be in his shoes. Yeah, I would
Ah,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah.
I would like, but yeah.
See, another thing that board games do, they put you scenarios that you might never be in. So, yeah,
Okay,
I want to be in
let's
a
go to your number
fantasy
one.
setting. And yeah, my
What is
now,
your number one? So, do I have any chance of guessing it?
yes, yes, you do. And we actually played at the festival.
Both of us played it at the festival. I don't think I played it.
Yeah, you did. I don't know if you did, but I'm
I
sure
have not managed
for
to play
sure
anything
D.
because
For
I'm
sure with
organizing.
D.
I'm organizing I'm organizing the festival, so I'm not being able to play games during that time. So
So
D might
this
uh,
is a very
D please
inviting
tell
game.
us. D tell us what do you think it's if you played it with Radu? I don't know what the game is. I
It's
really
it's it's the game that makes you want to go out of your house, wants you to go out and explore
is it
nature, wants
Parks?
you to what?
Is it Parks?
No, but you're getting there. The artwork is everything is watercolors, and you're building a tableau of these different terrains, and you have to put on those terrains different types of critters, animals, bugs, and all of that.
Is that Earth?
What?
Marcus says Earth because I have not played Earth. So
No, it's
oh,
not.
it's
Eh,
not it's not Terraforming Mars, the
no, it's
card
it's
game.
it's it's based. Okay, so
Meadow? Is it
it's
Meadow?
Meadow.
Oh, okay.
I was not expecting to enjoy this game as much as I did. It stayed with
Oh,
me.
good D. Okay.
She guessed it?
Yes, yes.
I know. I
She
knew
did.
she would. So again, this you have to again. You have tokens that
I
allows you to pick cards from a certain part of the
yeah.
rows and columns, um, which you have
It's
to place in
it's
your.
taken from Quadropolis, the mechanism. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
Quadropolis had that mechanism and they took it from there practically.
Yeah, it's the artwork is so charming and
Yeah.
and it's lovely. I can't say it enough. It makes you want to go and look at these with your own eyes.
Highly agree with you. Yeah.
You have these paths, you have landscapes that you try to visit and all that. You're building or is a tableau builder right in front of you
Yeah,
as you
yeah, you're
put
building a
in the
tableau of
set
cards. Yeah,
collection, and you need
yeah,
a certain combination of icons in order to build on top of each other. So it's, you go for points,
thank
but
you,
the whole
Marcus.
presentation is relaxing, right? And it's one of the heaviest games I have. I think it's the heaviest one I have on my list, but it deserves to be on number one. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I recommend it to give it a go. Um,
Yeah,
if you know, if
yeah,
if the
not bad.
artwork works for you, I think the
Oh,
gameplay should
I should have
also.
moved this one. Yeah, it is very, very beautiful. It's a very beautiful game. It was localized here in Romania, and we got
Just
a
look at
copy.
that,
We
man.
played it on
I want to
stream,
play right
and
now.
yeah, it is a pretty beautiful game. It's a
They
beautiful
had an
game.
expansion, didn't they?
Yeah, they
Or
had an expansion, but I think the expansion was localized here.
okay. Yeah, I love this game. Um, just like Parks holds true to nature and pays homage to our, we live in this very enclosed environment. We tend to not look at the window and not to, all the problems that are surround us. It's amazing how a board game can show you what outside world is, and just like Parks, I want to go there but can't. At least
I
I
have to
have
go
it.
to work.
I have it on my table, and yeah, it's just like postcards of
Yeah.
places I will never go, and yeah.
Yep, yep. Quite, yeah, quite a. I highly agree on your choice. Yeah, I was expecting for you to give me some huge games which have some card play, but yeah, you weren't. You didn't.
No, I just went the other way because I knew you were gonna bring the heavy guns. So
Heavier, let's say. Yeah, the heavier. Also medium weight. Most of them they're up to medium weight.
yeah, so I kind of went the other way. Gateway, party, a little bit of everything. So yeah,
Yeah, I thought I wanted to. There are great games that I needed. I just I couldn't put it on the list. I just this was it. We only had 10, but I can do some honorable mentions like
yes,
Bruxelles
I
1897,
mentioned that one.
like like San Juan, Terraforming Mars, the card game, which I really enjoy. Arboretum, Foothills, which is a card which is Snowdonia, the card game.
You know the card game I'm
There are a
surprised
lot.
you have not included in your top 10?
Which one?
51st State.
Man, yeah, but it's more of a board game. Yeah, I
It's a
don't know.
card game.
It's a card game, but I see it more of a of a board game than I see it as a card game. But you're right. It's I looked more of small boxes if you wanted.
Mm.
Elysium, I think it's a just has an insert and it's a smaller box mainly. If you cannot take 51st State with you, it's impossible.
Yeah.
It's impossible. I mean, I have a board chock full. Sorry, a box chock full of content for 51st State.
Yeah.
So that's yeah, that would have been maybe
I
too much. I have another list where a few lists that I can place that one. I love that game, but not on this one. I preferred smaller games, maybe.
okay. If you allow me one honorable mention that
Yes.
I could not include on this list because it's a solo game. And the name of it's Arkham Noir. I don't know if you've
Okay.
heard of this game.
No.
It's well, it's a it's in that universe of Lovecraftian and
Yeah.
Cthulhu
Okay.
and all that. But the artwork is amazing. It's and I think Dee will appreciate this one if you look at it's graphic, traditional, etchings. It's imagine reverse. So usually a drawing is black on white, right? So this one has
White on
white on
black.
black.
Uh-huh.
So it creates so just for the artwork alone, it deserves a mention. So Arkham Noir.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of solo games, so
Yeah. So maybe someone is interested in finding something else. So this is kind of going,
yeah.
outside.
So
Yes.
this was our top 10 card games. Um,
I'm
I
sure
think
there's something here for
for
everyone.
everyone, yes, lighter, heavier.
Yeah.
Thank you, Marcus. Hope you had a fun time listening and watching.
I'm
Mr.
curious
Radu,
if he has played all.
all of
Was
these.
there any
I think
surprises?
uh, I think he played some of on your list. Because yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Um, so my friend, I
Yeah.
want to thank you for doing this tonight.
My pleasure. Was a
See
fun
you
list to make.
on the next playthrough if you want to. And until then,
I
what
didn't know I had a choice of not being here.
I think you do. You have you can say goodbye to the audience before I
All
do it.
right, so there's so many titles that you can pick from. I think whatever we pick, our lists are subjective, and we enjoy making these for you.
Yeah, of course.
We, thank you for indulging, and hopefully we'll see you in the chat and see you in the next one.
Okay, thank you, Radu. I will end this by saying thank you to anyone who came and watched live. I'll thank anyone who come and watches after the fact. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, smash that subscribe button. And if you are able to, and if you can help us with have $1 to spare, help us on Patreon. And until next time, which is the playthrough, I will thank you for staying with us, Toinica. No condottiere. I don't even own condottiere, by the way. Which is such an older game. You'd really like these old games, Stoinica. See you tomorrow for a playthrough, most likely of Great Western Trail with the expansion Race to the North, the original game. And then for the next ones, we're going to dig in on some of the Essen pile that we still have on. Until next time, what it says there. Play a lot, play loads, have fun. And bye-bye, fun folks, wherever in the world you are. Oh.